Outriders, exiled, captains, welcome to another update from Loot Universe. I am your host, Gaz, and we're going to take a quick look at the achievements and trophies for Outriders. There are a total of 44 trophies for Outriders spanning across 1,350 points. If you're looking at that for PlayStation, you're talking about a platinum, 4 gold, 7 silver, and 32 bronze. Now I've decided for this video to divide these into 8 categories. So what we'll do, we'll take a look at the themes, what you can expect for day 1, and then what, importantly, you may have already achieved in the demo. And the categories we'll take a look at are accolades, journals, equipment, inventory, crafting, classes, death, story progress, and spoilers, hidden achievements. So I'll leave the hidden to the end. If you're not into spoilers, then obviously you can turn off and I'll let you know when that is the case. But for now, I'll say this outright. For a lot of you that play the demo, you will likely see at least 3 to 5 of these trophies pop when you first launch the game. For some of the hardcore players, potentially looking at some of these numbers, you could probably hit about 50% of some of these achievements already if you've been farming exceptionally hard. And I know some Outriders out there have achieved the accolade level of 20, 21, 22, which is just obscene. It's a lot of hours of play you guys have put in to do that. But anyway, most of us, if you play the demo, you will find at least 2 or 3 based off side quests and some of the activities that you've done in the game, and you'll find you'll achieve those. They will definitely pop as you launch the full game on launch day. So with that said, let's take a look at the categories very briefly and talk about their ease and their access. The first section is the accolades. There are a total of 4 trophies and achievements for the accolades, and they basically pertain to your acquisition of level 10, level 20, completing all class-related accolades, and in particular, completing the highest tier of 4 classes for any class involved. So those are the 4 accolade specific. Those will be the grind. So anyone who's been grinding out the demo, you will find they've done this exceptionally well. You will be looking overall for this whole suite of achievements probably in the vicinity of north of 100 hours easily. So this is not going to be a quick grab achievement for those that are out there. Of course, it's hard to say that right now because we don't have all the future content to access. Arguably, there may be ways that we can farm some of these achievements a bit easier in the final game. But for now, at least from what we've seen, this is going to be a fairly big task ahead. The second there is journals. We've got knowledge is power and one for the books. These are basically your collectathons, and you'll be completing those as you progress through the world of Enoch. The third category is equipment and inventory, and if you look through those, they're essentially equipping, unlocking certain items, dismantling weapons, selling items, using skills and mods, etc. So to be fair, equipment and inventory, I think they're going to come fairly easily. Obviously, a lot of us will be dismantling a truck ton, especially those that want to pick up everything, which a lot of us do. And then of course you've got the hard bargainer, which you'll be selling items. So I think all in all, equipment and inventory you'll find is not going to be too difficult. The biggest one there probably is Inventory's Almanac, which is unlock 125 unique weapons and armor mods for crafting. But again, I suspect this will progress for you as you move throughout the story. The next section is crafting. There's a total of 2 that we've got there, extreme engineering and true potential, and essentially that is basically use crafting to replace item mods. The next section is classes and characters. You've got 4 for that, and again, if you look at that, it's fairly commonplace for most games, your progression for character, and of course your use of the tree in terms of the skills in the game that you'll be branching out within the nodes of your class. So there's 4 of those in total, and as you can see, that's level 30. So this will span across the bulk of your campaign playthrough. Next up is kills related, so it's all kills. There's a total of 8 achievements and trophies that relate to kills, and they're everything from kill 3,500 enemies to deal 1 million points of damage, kill 1,000 enemies in expedition, and so on. This is going to be a long stretch, as you can see. Obviously the 1 million damage is a lot to start with, but especially that last one, hitting the jackpot, which is kill 1,000 enemies in expedition, that's going to assume that you've of course completed the campaign, so you've gone through level 1 to 30 and had then starting to then progress beyond into the expedition's endgame content. So that's going to come obviously for you much later. The next category is story progress. There's a total of 7 plus 10. The first 7 are all story related and they relate to side quests, completing parts of the story that are not considered spoilers. On top of that, there's an additional 10, which I'll call as hidden achievements, and I'll tag them as spoilers. So if you want to take a look at these, you can now, but essentially they involve the obtaining of all trophies. They relate to different elements of death and destruction that you will cause throughout your journey in Enoch, and there are some names in these achievements, which means means there are definitely parts of spoilers. One in there in particular we know about already is from the demo, so for some of you that would definitely not be surprising, but there you have it. There's a total of 10 additional spoiler story achievements that will go on top of the main 7. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, guys. I just want to take a quick look at those achievements. All in all, I think a bulk of us will unlock about 2 or 3 of these achievements when we first boot up the game on day 1, and I think for some of you who have been extra diligent in your farming and your accolade runs, you're going to probably see a good number here, probably 30 to 50% potentially of some of these trophies you might be able to get based on your progress. And I'm talking about the ultra hardcore here. For some of those I've seen on Reddit in the 400-hour mark, which is, I don't even want to go there. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it there, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Like and subscribe, of course. Hit the notification bell. Jump on to Twitter, which is, of course, @LooterUniverse. I am Ogaz for Looter Universe. Outriders, I'll see you next out in Enoch.